recently made the plant-based beef video. You'll find the link in the information thingy above or in the description below. Today, I'm going to take that meat, I'm going to defrost it, pull it, cover it with a barbecue sauce, and serve it piled on a whole wheat bun. Now, in the past, I have just opened up a bottle of sauce and poured that on that meat, which is totally legit and it's a fast way to get supper on the table. But it doesn't give you control over the ingredients. So today, the barbecue sauce is the experiment recipe.
You forgot? Remember that dreadful day we both forgot one of the chief ingredients of the recipe? 14 level tablespoons, sister.
We're going to try it out. I've never made it before. So, let's do it. Welcome back to Comfort Food Farms, the plant-based home cooking channel. If we haven't met, I'm Kari Greger.
How you doing?
I'm glad you've joined us. Let's get into it. I'm going to start off with 2 tablespoons of date sugar. My date sugar is a little bit old. It's simply ground up whole dates. So it's a whole food product. But mine was a little bit old. It got dried out, so I'm going to have to add it with the water. We're putting in half a cup of water, and I'm going to dissolve and get my lumps dissolved before we proceed, because I don't want those in the sauce. You could put in a whole date or 2, and that would suffice as well, but you'd have to put that through the blender. You can also use plain white sugar or agave syrup. I'm going to take this to the stove, heat it up, and there we go. Now it's all nicely smooth. We don't have any big lumps of sugar. To this, we're going to add 6 ounces of tomato paste, a 1/4 cup of apple cider vinegar. If you are not using sugar, I would change this to balsamic vinegar. You need the sweetness. And we're going to add in 4 teaspoons of molasses, 1 tablespoon of vegan Worcester sauce, 1 teaspoon of liquid smoke, 1 teaspoon of yellow mustard, 1 teaspoon of smoked paprika, 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1/2 teaspoon of onion powder, a 1/4 teaspoon of ground black pepper, and 1/2 teaspoon of salt. That's optional, of course. You just stir this to combine and take it to the stove, heat it up until it's boiling, and there we have our sauce.
We never had a barbecue in St. Olaf after the tragedy.
What tragedy, Rose?
I can't talk about it.
Fine.
Good.
When deciding what goes into a dish, I usually look at several recipes, both online and in books.
No, follow the recipe.
But you just said...
No.
I look at omnivorous and vegan. I glean the best ideas from each of them, and then I eliminate the fat. Make sure that it's vegan, then I eliminate the fat, determining whether I have to come up with a substitute or not. Sometimes you need something to take the place of that fat. Then I address the salt and sugar content and go about minimizing it, but trying to maintain the flavor profile that I am going to achieve. So, which is why I say, when you make it yourself, you have total control over the fat, salt, and sugar. Is that good information? Give me a thumbs up below, subscribe, and hit the bell so you know when another recipe is posted.
How do I taste, Moby? Huh? Do I taste good? You tell him I'm not interested in being lunch.
Okay.
Let's fine-tune this recipe. It looks lovely. It's nice and thick. Smells beautiful. It's a little hot. This is a very good sauce. I'm thinking it needs a little more salt, so I'm going to add another 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and there's some sweetness missing. So I don't want to go through the whole thing with my date sugar, so I'm just putting in another 2 tablespoons of sugar. That's the way we like it.
What's that like? What's it taste like? Describe it.
I'm making this according to our taste and what we like. So this is what you have to go through. Taste it again. See what else is missing. Now, I have determined that there is a fruitiness that's missing. So I am going to add in 2 tablespoons of frozen orange juice concentrate. I'm trying not to add in too much liquid, so that's why I went with the concentrate. I'm putting in 1 tablespoon of lemon juice as well. So this is going to up the fruity component.
I can taste it.
Oh, no, come on. You cannot taste it.
I can. I can taste.
Let's give this another taste. It needs a little something else, and after smelling a few spices in the drawer, I determined it was celery seed. So I put in a 1/4 teaspoon of celery salt.
You detect that?
Oh, I'm detecting nuttiness.
Close your eyes. Now taste this. Whole different thing, right?
Let's have another taste. I'm going to put in some more mustard. It needs more mustard. That's another dimension. This time I'm putting in 3 teaspoons of mustard.
Now, taste the wine again. Close your eyes.
And another taste. This one is good. I think we're going to keep with this recipe. It makes almost 2 cups. It'll fit into a pint jar nicely. Here I'm taking my vegan beef and I have it in chunks frozen. Take it out of the freezer and put it into a crock pot. Then I'm going to just scoop some of this delicious sauce on top of the beef, set it on low and let it go for a couple of hours, and it turns out very nicely. Once it's defrosted, I'll get in there with a couple of forks and shred it up. Doesn't it look appetizing? It really looks like barbecued pulled beef. Well, let's take a look at our sauce and meat. I think this meat, it looks like real meat. It is just, look at that. You see how much it looks like real meat? It is great. And I'm gonna make Caesar salad. We're gonna have that for supper tonight with some of this meat. Oh, you know, that really needed the orange. It needed something fruity. I took a bottle of, looked up the ingredients of barbecue sauce, and almost every one of them has some kind of a pineapple concentrate or some kind of a fruity concentrate on there, and that's what this needed. You know, this is the way I work on when I do recipes. You just take a little bit and you taste and you just adjust as you go. This is really, really good. I would put that up against anybody's sauce. Anybody's, you know, store-bought sauce or whatever. This has got a very nice, strong, fruity component to it. You could add more orange juice concentrate and then cut back even more on the sugar because the orange juice concentrate adds the sweetness. So it's just delicious. I hope you try it. One of the things that I had to be careful when coming up with this sauce was that it has to be thick. You can't have too much liquid with this vegan beef because the beef is not meat. You know, you can't put it in the slow cooker and let it just go all day because it will actually disintegrate your vegan beef because it's made from chickpeas and wheat. So too much liquid and it'll start dissolving and it gets kind of mushy. The best thing to do is, you can see this is held up really nicely, is to just get it defrosted in the slow cooker. I mean, I put it in frozen, then put the sauce over top of it, put it on low, just let it defrost, then ripped it apart, and then we ate it. Like the thickness of this made it so it didn't soak into the meat. And that's what makes a difference. I hope you try it, and leave me a comment below. Let me know. Give me a like if you found the information in this video useful, and leave a comment. Next video is going to be vegan vanilla custard ice cream. You don't want to miss that one. So while you're down there, click the subscribe button and hit the bell so you'll know when that recipe is posted. Thank you for watching.